John O'Brien was the nom de plume of Patrick Joseph Hartigan, 1878 to 1952, born in Yass, New South Wales. He was a Roman Catholic priest in the Goulburn diocese and later parish priest at Narrandera. His poem, said Hanrahan, published in Around the Bory Log and Other Verses, 1921, paints a wonderful portrait of Australian Irish bush culture, together with its church, the land, the climate and the seasons. Hanrahan expresses unconquerable Irish pessimism about the prospects down on the farm. Just a few explanations. Never since the banks went broke refers to the turbulent 1890s, which were bad drought years, and also when nearly all the land banks and building societies and 12 of the 22 trading banks went broke, following the collapse of an intense property boom. Back-a-burk is an Australian colloquialism for being just about anywhere in the Australian bush. Every creek a banker ran means that the rivers overflowed. Just to give an explanation. So this is a poem. I'll just read this one, and I'm sure most of you have heard this before. We'll all be rooned, said Hanrahan in accents most forlorn, outside the church ere Mass began one frosty Sunday morn. The congregation stood about, coat collars to their ears, and talked of stock and crops and drought, as it had done for years. It's looking crook, said Daniel Croak, bedad it's crook, me lad, for never since the banks went broke has seasons been so bad. It's dry all right, said young O'Neill, with which astute remark he squatted down upon his heel and chewed a piece of bark. And so around the chorus ran, it's keeping dry, no doubt. We'll all be rooned, said Hanrahan, before the year is out. The crops are done, you'll have your work to save one bag of grain. From here way out to Back-a-burk, they're singing out for rain. They're singing out for rain, he said, and all the tanks are dry. The congregation scratched its head and gazed around the sky. There won't be grass in any case enough to feed an ass. There's not a blade on Casey's place as I came down to Mass. If rain don't come this month, said Dan, and cleared his throat to speak. We'll all be rooned, said Hanrahan, if rain don't come this week. A heavy silence seemed to steal on all at this remark, and each man squatted on his heel and chewed a piece of bark. We want an inch of rain, we do, O'Neill observed at last, but Croak maintained we wanted 2 to put the danger past. If we don't get 3 inches, man, or 4 to break this drought, we'll all be rooned, said Hanrahan, before the year is out. In God's good time, down came the rain, and all the afternoon on iron roof and window pane it drummed a homely tune, and through the night it pattered still, and lightsome, gladsome elves on dripping spout and windowsill kept talking to themselves. It pelted all day long, a singing at its work, till every heart took up the song way out to Back-a-burk, and every creek a banker ran, and dams filled over top. We'll all be rooned, said Hanrahan, if this rain doesn't stop. And stop it did, in God's good time, and spring came in to fold a mantle o'er the hills sublime, of green and pink and gold. And days went by on dancing feet, with harvest hopes immense, and laughing eyes beheld the wheat nid-nodding o'er the fence. And oh, the smiles on every face, as happy lad and lass, through grass knee-deep on Casey's place, went riding down to Mass. While round the church, in clothes genteel, discoursed the men of mark, and each man squatted on his heel and chewed his piece of bark. There'll be bushfires for sure, me man, there will, without a doubt. We'll all be rooned, said Hanrahan, before the year is out.